Hi, I want to say you a big thank you that you're here today and you're going to listen our productivity protocol. First, I want to tell me in the comments if you can hear me, if you can see me, if everything is okay, because this is our first live and we don't have much experience at that kind of workshops. Just write me in the comments if everything's okay so we can start with the protocol. Okay, so I want to say you welcome to a 2026 productivity protocol. Today I'm going to show the protocol that completely changed my life. And I'm going to show you how to be productive like the top 1%. This protocol is based on the best practices from people like Alex Hormozy, Iman Gaji, and on my own years of experience. The protocol isn't some new trendy bullshit. It's based on years of proof. But I'm going to reveal something very special you wouldn't expect. I will tell you the productivity secret that no online guru will ever tell you. Because there aren't any tricks or hacks. There's just one simple secret, but I'm going to reveal that secret at the end of the workshop. So keep watching. But before we dive into the protocol, its most important part is why you should even listen to me. Hi, my name is Denis Safironov, and my story isn't that typical broke kid story. I have a great family. They do everything they can for me. And I always have food, good clothes, and a house. Nothing to complain about. Just a normal life. But deeply inside me, I knew I could do more. And my family deserves more. And not only for the money, but for the freedom and for my duty to them. But truth is, when you have something, it's harder to stay consistent and keep overcoming the downsides than when you have nothing. I was the same. I want more, but I've gotten comfortable with what I have. But one day I decided to completely change that. And I decided not to let my current comfort zone dedicate my future. And I started working. I started working when I was 14 years old. That was 4 years ago. Yeah, I can't believe that. I tried every business, but none of them actually succeed because I was trying to do too many things at the same time. And at the end of the day, I didn't make any progress and I didn't feel like I have time for nothing. But now I have three businesses, but the story is a little bit different. A six-figure landscaping company called Garden Home Bulgaria, a SaaS for landscaping businesses where we help them automate their workdays, and a productivity app. But now I have time for everything, and I'm grateful for all the years I was spent trying to figure it out on my own. They teach me how to manage my time, how to be really productive, and because of them, I'm here today to show you how to avoid spending years trying to be more productive and trying to figure it out on your own. Throughout the years, I work and met a very successful people, and that is not something to flex with. That's just my story, and I want to show you examples. People like Rangel, who was in YC Combinator, like Kao with $2 million exit on his startup. They teach me how to start and manage my startups. Like Justin Wong, who mentored me inside his program at Engine. Take programs and courses like Iman's Agents Accelerator, and every one of them gave me their best practice for productivity. I tried them, Adobe was working for me, and Lefort wouldn't. And to this day, being the best version of myself, having time to spend with my family, to train, and to live the life I want. But also, helping people around me do the same. Like Jordan, who has a marketing agency and now works with me because I show him the right system to be more productive and to really enjoy his life. Like my co-founder Verswap, who was lazier than a kid when I met him, now is working extremely hard every single day and still have time for his social life. And everyone who works with me, I manage 10 people every single day. Have meetings for over 4 hours every day, need to go to school, film content and work on my personal brand, work on my businesses, and still have time to train, to go out with my friends and talk with my family every evening. And no, I don't have more than 24 hours. And I sleep 7 hours a day. You can see the results from my Apple Watch for the last month. That's possible with one simple protocol, which I'll share with you today. You can accomplish your dream schedule without adding more, just by following simple steps that I'm going to show to you today. Are you ready to change your schedule? Write down in the comments right now. I want yes from everyone who is ready to finally change their schedule. Okay, I see BG721 is ready to change his schedule. So let's get straight into the protocol. But before that, I want to tell you that in our small amount of time together, my goal is to make a big impact in the following ways. To provide you with confidence where there was once uncertainty, to give you clarity where there was once confusion. If nothing else, I'm here today to help you achieve your dream schedule. But before we get into the how and what, it's important to start with the why. Your why. Why are you willing to put the effort and time into getting what you want and deserve? Why are you willing to risk your comfort zone to get results you desire deepest in your heart? And that question isn't rhetorical. I want your answer right now in the chat. The more specific, the better. What will your face look like when you succeed? Who will be cheering you on and what will you feel like in your heart? Who else besides you will be better off when you finally reach your goal? Your powerful why with my what and how shared today creates miracles. So then the real question is this. Are you ready to create a miracle today? I want yes from everyone who is ready. Okay, see that you're ready, guys. Thank you. And this protocol doesn't give you more things to do, like most things online. It removes what's silently draining your time every day. It helps you focus on that little 20% that actually drive your business forward. And build you a system that supports you when motivation disappears. But this only works if you start using it immediately after the school. Because if nothing changes in your system, nothing changes in your results. Before we dive into the protocol, we need to understand this. Why are you busy but not productive? You don't have a work ethic problem. You have a directional problem. Working hard without a system just means you burn out faster. Self discipline alone is not a strategy, it's an emergency resource. Real productivity happens when hard work is guided by a system that protects your focus. Why relying on self discipline is a guaranteed path to burnout in 2026? Relying on self discipline means forcing yourself to make the right decision every single time in an environment built to distract you. In 2026, with constant notification, content, and inputs, your willpower gets drained before your real work even begins. Discipline is a limited resource, and when you depend on it daily, burnout becomes inevitable. That's why the goal isn't to become more disciplined, but to build a system that removes the need for discipline in the first place. You are facing billion-dollar algorithms. How do you think you can beat them with your willpower? Probably the chances are at zero. Hard work versus smart work. Most people stay busy doing more. Answering email, jumping between tasks, and they just reacting all day. But never touch that one thing that actually moves the needles. Smart work is choosing what matters before you start working hard. The real advantage comes when you combine both of them. Work hard on the right things and just ignore the rest. And now let's start with the protocol. It's based on three main pillars: work, delegate, and work. Let's be honest, you know exactly what you need to do, but you just can't start it and probably tell yourself you're lazy and wonder why does your brain wake up even if you haven't done any physical labor? But the truth is, you're not lazy. You have just overridden on information and your brain is woke up. But why is it woke up? Let's first start with one simple question that will help us proceed. Are you a creator or a consumer? Think of social media like eating sugar. It gives you that quick rush, while work is like eating broccoli. It's healthy, but just boring. If you eat sugar all the morning, the broccoli will taste terrible, and work will feel impossible until you stop the sugar. Let's say you manage to eat less sugar. It still isn't enough. So I want you to really ask yourself that simple question. How much time per day are you creating and how much time are you consuming? Well, let me tell you about one simple secret that you interact with every single day, which is consuming you. It's called notifications. But do you know what is exactly wrong with it? Your brain registers every notification as an active problem to solve. If your phone rings 50 times a day, you lose over 40% of your momentum energy. I will help you understand it better now. Notification make you stop and go until your engine overheats. Imagine being in traffic. This could destroy your workdays. But what happens during the weekends? You have ever wondered why you feel brain fog on Sunday night? Well, while you're scrolling, your brain is running a marathon. If you're lying on a couch for 2 hours watching videos, your body is resting, but your brain is running a marathon perceiving thousands of images per second. You do not recharge, you just destroy your rest time with useless information. Now, imagine you wake up in the morning full with energy. But once you feel like energy is at 100%, the next time is at 10. Relatable, right? Look, I do not blame you. Sometimes it feels like you are out of fuel. I understand it. I know that you're not here for motivation, you're here for the solution. And the solution is very simple. It's called a system. We have to cheat by building a system that makes getting distracted harder than actually working, so the decision no longer depends whether you have strength or not. We can't make things up. This is why I will explain to you the secret of science. Did you know that if you can see something that you enjoy, you will check it? This is called the law of friction, and it is the most important rule because we are talking about your main distraction, your phone. And if you can see it, you already lost the battle. Even if you don't touch your brain, wasted energy just ignoring it. So the only solution is to leave it in the other room to make it physically difficult to go get it. Moving on from that thing, I have a question for you. What is one boring thing you hate doing? Write it down right now in the chat. I want to see what is the boring things you hate doing. Okay, write it down in the chat now. Looking for reads. Yeah, I definitely do that in the past, so I know how boring it is. So here's the example, looking for leads. Writing emails, okay, I know that, I know that. I now want you to listen carefully. I wanted you to do it right now. Because the urge to check your phone or distract yourself disappears when you do something so boring that works is fun after that. The next time you feel the urge to check your phone, do something weird. For example, do the wishes. Stare at the wall for 10 minutes without doing anything else because your brain hates boredom and will very quickly force you to start working to escape that empty wall. The next step to you is to review your surroundings. Think about your environment and remember that your office is your kingdom. It is your workspace. It motivates you to get the work done. It describes you as a business figure. Look at your desk and just clean it. Believe it or not, you will feel like a new person after that. Ask yourself if it looks like a pilot cockpit or a trash can, then clean everything away. We now have fixed your focus and your biology. Let's talk about only way to actually scale. You need to delegate the work. Delegation is the art of buying back your time. And I'm pretty sure you've heard of it, but you just want to save a little bit of money and do everything yourself. The whole logic falls from the problem, the math, and the solution. Or we are going to start by exposing the trap of feeling busy. Then we will look at the brutal math of how much money are you actually losing. I mean, losing by doing it yourself. And finally, we will give you the exact system to replace yourself so you can grow. The problem is simple. Answering 200 emails without distraction is not productivity. Let's be real, it might feel good, but the harsh truth is that you are following other people's priorities. Let me clear this one for you and help you learn how to stop doing that. Understand that you are not saving money by doing the work yourself. And I'm going to repeat it. You are not saving money by doing the work yourself. An hour fixing a printer or scheduling a meeting is an hour wasted from your growth. You need what we are going to call a human child. You should never be the first person to touch a problem. So you need to hire an assistant or use AI to filter the noise and handle the boring details so that only the most crucial decision ever reach your desk. Here comes the golden rule of hiring. If a task is repetitive, can be written down, and you can have another person to do it, you must delegate. Stop overthinking when to hire someone and just look at your to do list to see if there's any task that happens every single week and follows a script, and if there is, give it to someone else to do. Your team is not an expense, it's an asset with higher returns than any stock market. I want you just to stop, look at your employees as a cost on your bank statement and start treating them like an investment, because a good team that is free to make decisions will make you far more money than any stock you could buy. Stop playing the hero who solves every single problem. If you constantly jump in to fix every little mistake team makes, they will never learn to think for themselves and you'll be stuck babysitting them forever instead of growing the company. I need you to isolate your zone of genius. These are the 5% of tasks that only you can do and that you actually generate the revenue. You need to be brutal and cut out everything from your schedule. Expect the few things that you are world class at and that brings the money in the business, while everything else goes to someone else. I want you now to remember the 80% rule. If someone can do 80% of your job, that is good enough. For many events, roughly 80% of the effects comes from 20% of the efforts. It frees you up for the real results. You work, you delegate, but there is one thing left, and that is how to implement all that information. We need to look at the specific rules of the game of how you organize your 24 hours to make sure you're running the day instead the day running you. Oh, I see Maverick. Finally, someone to explain the 80-20% rule as it should be. Thank you. I really appreciate that you enjoyed the workshop. So let's move on. The inbox zero is a scam. Understand that replying to every single message is a trap. All it does is to turn you into a reactive employee instead of a leader of your life. Moving on, the next step is, have you ever felt guilty because you could not finish something? I want your answers right now. Have you ever felt guilty because you could not finish something? Yes. If I can write a comment, I'll say yes. I most of the times feel guilty because I could not finish something. So I want your answer right. Do you ever feel guilty? Yeah, I see. Okay, I'm the same for sure, but I want you to understand that your to-do list will never be empty. Okay? Your to-do list will never be empty. A full list is not a sign of failure. Remember that. It's a sign of working business. If you don't have to-do list, your business is dying. So enjoy your full to-do list. But from all that small tasks, you need to learn the one big rock philosophy. Here's an example. Pick one mission, critical task, and kill it before 10 a.m. If you do the most important thing first while brain is fresh, then the rest of the day is a bonus. But if you start with some small things, you'll never have the energy for that one big thing. You'll probably ask yourself, why are we doing that? I want you to match your work with the biology. So, you do this by scheduling the heavy lifting for the morning. You must protect your peak energy hours for deep thinking and creating, and the administrative cleanup for the afternoon. Just save the meetings and emails for the afternoon when you are already stupid from fatigue. The by 2 p.m. rule. To understand this rule, you must imagine that your brain is a navigation system. Deadlines set up the road, they are the algorithm. When you give yourself one full day to do a task, it takes the whole day. But when you set a deadline, it forces you to finish it. Your brain works in hyper focus mode. It, it tries to beat the clock. You see that everything is about work, work, work to this moment. But you have to rest. And the first thing for your rest is, I want you to get a hobby that is not anything related to your work. Active recovery fuels the next day's performance better than any scrolling. And here comes the Zeigarnik effect. Think of a never ending program cycle. Your brain will keep thinking about work tonight unless you explicitly tell it to stop. Science shows that your brain holds onto unfinished tasks like open browser tabs, which cause anxiety. So you need a ritual to close them so you can actually rest. All of this leads us to one of the most important points today, the shutdown ritual. The most important part of the day is how you end it. And I want you to write down 3 tasks for tomorrow and close the laptop. You must write down your plan for tomorrow and physically close your laptop to signal to your brain that the shift is over. Yeah. Or the next morning, you don't wake up and wonder what to do. You should never start your morning making decision. You have already decided what you're going to start your day with. And now we need to rebuild your system. This is the actionable steps. I want to look at the workbook I sent in the WhatsApp group, and after that, go start immediately rebuild your system. Theory without execution is just an entertainment. If you don't make any step after this workshop, you just entertain yourself for 1 hour. You need to understand the biology and the economy of the high performance. The final step is to physically adapt your environment to make the system automatic. Your first step is a notification purge. Your phone is currently configured to serve the app developers, not you. We need to invert that relationship. First, go to settings and notifications and turn off all non-human notifications like shopping, social media updates, video games. Turn off all non-human notification. Then leave it only direct human communication channels like calls, messages, and calendar. Then set do not disturb to automatically activate from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. You must protect your sleep and your morning launchpad. Then you need the physical cockpit reset. Your desk is a visual representation of your mind. If it is cluttered, your processing power is leaking. First, clear your desk completely. Remove all recipes, coffee cups, and random cables. Place only the essential for current work: laptop, notebook, pen, and water. Buy or find a physical alarm clock. This is the only way to successfully keep your phone out of the bedroom. Then you need to defense your calendar. Yeah, exactly, Maverick. You need to stop your phone distract you. Look at your calendar for the next 7 days. It is likely overfilled. Then you need to identify 2 meetings that can be an email or voice note and cancel them. Identify your deep work blocks, for example, 90 minutes blocks for the next 3 days. Mark them in your calendar as a strategy or execution and treat them as an immovable doctor's appointment. Then, back to back meetings, insert 15 minutes buffer blocks. If you have back to back meetings all the day, insert 15 minutes buffer blocks to reset your brain. Then, you need to architecture the tomorrow. You cannot build a skyscraper on a shaky foundation. Your morning starts the night before. Before you sleep tonight, define your one big rock for tomorrow. Write it down. What is that one thing? If you do it, you can move your business so more forward. Decide what clothes area and accessories you're going to wear tomorrow and leave them on a chair. Eliminate friction. Lay out your gym clothes or work clothes. Prepare your coffee setup. Everything should be ready for tomorrow. Decide your first consumption source. We will wake up and read a specific newsletter. You can look through social media with your coffee, but for no longer than 10 minutes. The modular routine construction. There is no perfect routine stored in your vault. There is no magic in waking up at 5 a.m. if your biology is weird for 9 a.m. That is one thing I was facing years. I was trying to wake up so early, but my biology just can't. and I'm more like the night owls. So I stopped doing that and I become more productive than ever. The goal is not to copy a billionaire schedule you see online. The goal is to apply this principle to your reality. And first, you need to audit your day. Be honest about your energy moments. Are you a morning creator or a night owl like me? If you're in the morning mood, your one big rock happens at 8 am. If you're night, your one big rock happens at 8 pm. The timing changes, but the physics remains the same. Treat the next 7 days as a software beta test. Implement the bugs. If a specific time doesn't work, move the bug, but do not unbound the system. Just adjust the parameters. You can be flexible with the small things, but you must walk in the anchors. Now we have the input control in your morning, the deep work execution, and the shutdown ritual which is your recovery. And remember, everything else is negotiable. These three are not. Here's what you've already have. A repeatable protocol to stop reacting and start executing. A way to find your one big rock every day. A simple routine to protect deep work and keep cognitive overload. A predictable way to turn your calendar into a revenue engine. Everything I show you today is actionable, not theoretical. Now, quick checking. I really want your answers right now in the chat with one word reply. Yes or no? Do you feel clearer about what actually moves your business forward? Are you glad to spend time here today? Okay, I see your yes. Appreciate that. Thank you. Can you see yourself using these steps this week, right after the call? Okay, really, really appreciate your replies. Thank you very much. Would faster, calmer process change your life? Okay, see, oh, I see. Thank you. At the beginning, I told you that I'm going to reveal that secret that no online guru will ever tell you. And after everything you heard, and after I tell you that one secret, you won't have any excuses. So the real question is now, are you willing to put the effort to create your dream schedule? I want yes in the chat from the people who are serious to change their lives right now before I reveal the secret. Okay, C Maverick is serious. C Mir Mustenga is absolutely serious. Okay, then I'm going to finally reveal the secret. You should be you, but not the way you think. Everybody will tell you their routines, but no one lives your life. So you should find and use the system that fits you, not someone else. I show you how to create your own system, but now it's your turn. Are you going to use all that knowledge and change your life, or will you stay with the same broken system another year? Now you just have two choices: to get that information and spend weeks and or months even trying to figure it out alone. Or let me help you on that journey. I know you spend hundreds of dollars on apps and softwares to help you, but they just can't solve the problems in your head. I know how much you want to live the life you're watching online, but money and working more hours won't solve the way you behave. I know you need to work hard to get to that point, but is it worth it to make all that money but lose all the connections with your friends and family? See, your mother doesn't want $1,000. She wants a time with you. Now it's your choice. The ball is in your hands. Are you going to finally create your dream schedule or just tell to yourself money will solve everything? Yeah, here's an example. Mark went down with $500. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate your comment. And I need to tell you a spoiler from me. The money won't solve the problem. And for those who are serious about changing their lives, I want to present something. It's called Powerful Accelerator. Powerful Accelerator isn't a course or some video tutorials you are bored from. It's a community built for entrepreneurs that want not only the money but also the freedom and the quality of life that you've always dreamed for. It's a community where people talk with real people. We make weekly calls to help you build your dream schedule. We listen to your problems and help you find a way to solve them. We help you build a dream schedule as fast as possible. Oh, I see you burned over $400 last year, and th- this is not only you. Most of the people burn ton of money to just try to solve the problem. But as I said, the problem is not in the app, but it's in your behavior and your head and your mind. Now the question is very simple: how much will you invest to finally start living your dream life? I want your answers in the chat. How much were you going to spend to finally start your living your dream life? And while writing your comments, I'm going to show that most people they will spend all their money, tens of thousands of dollars. People are buying courses and programs for thousands of dollars or start using apps for hundreds of dollars every single month. Like you guys spend ton of money on apps and softwares. I know how expensive they are. But we won't do that. We're making our own money. Our full accelerator is $397 a month. But because you're the first people I present to you that community, you'll have something very special. $197 a month. That price is for people who act fast. That offer will be valid only for 72 hours from now. Then the price will be regular and we will close doors for the community when we reach 20 people because we want to make everything personal. After that, you'd probably wait months before we open our doors again. If you're ready to create your dream life, just go to whoop.com/auraful slash accelerator slash. But what that community will give you more, because I'm pretty sure only the coaching goals that's maybe the most valuable thing you could ever invest in are not everything you want. You received a 24 hours chat support and a group of people with the same goals and minds that that will help you achieve your goals. Private templates and video tutorials specially made for your problems. We listen to your problems, give you the right solution, the right path to go to solve that problem, and then we make more and more video or text materials and send it to the group for every person in free access for our future in-person and virtual events, and a private calls with me every single month. Is this enough to help you make the decision? I don't think so. And I'm going to tell you our secret. We've been working on something very special. Probably the best thing in the productivity industry so far. AI assistant. We are building ecosystem called Auraful. An ecosystem that runs on your computer, tablet, phone, or watch. An app that will help you execute, not overthink. An app that will protect your broken patterns and help you break them. Also, it will help you prioritize your tasks and work and automate your communication and so much more. We'll release our first version online in 2 months and you'll have a lifetime free access to the app. You'll receive all the newest features first. Yes, you heard it right. Lifetime for free. But what is the guarantee? I know this community can help you change your schedule and finally start living the day to day life you've always dreamed for. But also, I understand something important. You don't need motivation, you need quality. So here's my guarantee. If by the end of your first 14 days inside our later you don't see clear progress in building your actionable system, the one tailored specifically to you, then you have two options. Option 1 is full refund on your investment, or option B is two additional private calls with me one-on-one for deep implementation support. But this guarantee works only under one condition. You must join the first two live Q&A sessions, watch the core materials, do all the homeworks, and attend your private calls with me. I want to see you. I want to review your progress. I want to help you build your personalized execution system. If you do that and you are not satisfied, then choose one of the two options. And I now know you have ton of questions. What if I don't have time? Totally agree. Time is scarce. But let's define what we mean. You don't have time to experiment, but you do have time to reclaim hours you're leaking each day. We've seen founders free up 2 to 6 hours per week by swapping noisy tasks for a simple system. If the question is, can you try this? The real question is now, are you willing to spend one focused hours now to save dozens later? If yes, this is for you and I want you to check the URL. Okay. Okay, I see your question. Do we get some good templates? Like you were talking about writing stuff down, which were amazing advice. Yes, you receive our first templates that are how to use AI to be more productive, our productivity planner, and how to create your to-do list. And every week we add new materials to the group, video tutorials, some template, docs, problem solving. We listen to your problem. For example, you have a problem with specific tasks or how to manage a specific work situation. Then we give you that solution, and then you and then we create a material that's like a bonus for your solution to solve even better that problem. Or the other most important question is, what if I can't afford it? I completely understand that money matters here. But let's be direct. Are you trying to buy time back or are you trying to buy gadgets? Most people who say they can't afford it are actually buying things that cost them hours every single month. If this helps you finish one project earlier or in one quad, it already pays for itself. If the price is the only blocker, we have a weekly plan that we'll see on the checkout page. We made it flexible for founders who are serious. But what if I'm not a technical guy? I hear you. Ability is a real word. Some systems are technical, but this program is implementation first. We give you templates and we build your day with you on the course. Many members started with zero systems and now lead teams using the same tools. If you can follow one guided call and fill in a template, you can do this. We'll be with you. If that's you, click the link below. What? Oh, I see. Yeah, you can see the link. Okay, I'm going to make it that way. Only you can see the link. This is the link wop.com/aura4accelerator slash. And what and what if it won't work in my business? And that's totally valid point. I absolutely agree that no every tactics fits every market. But the core here is a system for human attention and execution. That's universal. We'll adapt everything to your business. If you're selling value to humans, this works. Type in the chat if you want the link or click the URL on the screen to join us. And remember, 72 hours, 20 seats left. Okay, here's I'm going to write down the link now. I'm pretty sure that this community will absolutely help you and it's not that waste of money you see everywhere. Everything we taught today works, but only if you implement it. Our focus later is for people who are done with excuses and ready to build a life friendly system. If that's you, click the link on the screen. Join the founding cohort at 197 and we're building your schedule together. Doors closed after 20 people or in 72 hours. And I'm going to see you inside. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. You've been here. I want to say a big thank you to all you guys that was with me today here. That was my first webinar. I hope I presented in a good way and I hope I give you as much value as I possibly can. And for those who are tired of living the same life, who want to be better and to live and to create their dream schedule, I am going to see them inside the agency accelerator. Click the link in the chat and see you there. That was for me. I hope everything's alright and keep watching. I'm going to review some new fire YouTube videos and I can't wait to see them. So follow my YouTube account and I hope you'll see you in the agency accelerator. Bye.